I have no idea if this is working. Alright, I think it is. I have no idea if this is working. Alright, I think it is. Oh, let me I have no idea if this is working. Okay, let's see. Alright, I think it is. Oh, let me Right, let me know if you can hear me, if things are working. I haven't got a clue. But hi. I'm just going through the options in the hopes that I know what the hell's going on. Right, let me know if you can hear me, if things are working. I haven't got a clue. So it looks like hi. Looks like it's picking up mic, picking up desktop. I'm just going through the options in the hopes that I know what the hell's going on. Discord. Right. Oh, it's very quiet, is it? Ooh, okay. Hold on. I haven't got a clue. Maybe. Looks like it's picking up mic, picking up desktop. Could be because I'm facing away as well. When I face my screen to check if things are working, I have to face away from the mic. Oh, it's very quiet, is it? So let me know if that's any better. I'll try and get things set up. Maybe. If not, I can try. Could be because I'm facing away as well. Boost it a little bit. When I face my screen to check if things are working, I have to face away from the mic. Oh, it's very quiet, is it? So let me know if that's any better. I'll try and get things set up. Maybe. If not, I can try. Let's try a webcam as well. Video capture. So let me know if that's any better. Well, that did nothing. Hey, there we go. I removed this post-it note. Let's try a webcam face. Oh, where shall my face go? Let's go down here. Sweet. Okay. Hey, there we go. Test. I removed this post-it note. And let me make sure that chat is in a good spot as well. A face. It's my face. Hey, Slink. How's it going? Okay. Test. I removed this post-it note. And let me make sure that chat is in a good spot as well. A face. It's my face. Hey, Slink. All right. Well, I've only got a little bit of time, so I'm just gonna start modeling. Okay. Or continue modeling, should I say? But yeah, hope. How's your afternoon going? It's lovely Thursday afternoon. Okay. All right. Well, I've only got a little bit of time, so this has been something I started a couple weeks ago, like literally just the bare bones block out, and let me show you. Yeah. Hope. How's your afternoon going? It appears I saved over it, but it was basically. It was essentially this. That was basically the block out. So since then, I've just been kind of working on it. Just kind of noodling away, trying to come up with some ideas for it. It appears I saved over it. We can hear the stream in the stream. Okay. It was basically. It was essentially. Let me turn off this. desktop audio. Okay, let me know if that works. Hopefully you shouldn't get the feedback loop now. Hopefully. Oh, well, let me get my PureRef up as well. So I've got a whole... Cool. Wicked. Thank you for the feedback, because otherwise I would have no idea. But when I was playing Fallout 4 a few weeks back, I just grabbed like a bunch of car reference. And I'm sort of just stitching together my own car. I don't know. No, I didn't. Originally, I was going to make like a tractor. And then I thought, actually, I kind of want to make my own, not sports car, but kind of like a nice casual car. So, sort of like a mishmash between kind of this stuff. And this is where we're at. So I'm sort of like just looking around, seeing what parts I like. I came up with like a very basic drawn concept, and then I'm just going over the top of that. Or I went over the top of that, and now I like completely changed the proportions of, because it didn't really translate to 3D that well. But yeah, here we are. So we're okay. I think the one thing I do really want to get in is I want to get in like a door shape, and cut that in. So I kind of want to have something like this, where there is a panel line running down. So let's... Okay, I think what I'm gonna do, let's make a plane. Kind of put it around there, and then I think it's gonna be quite a small door. So maybe this actually needs to move back a bit. Maybe that should go... This maybe should go sort of like there. Yeah, that feels a little bit better. And then having some form of curve. Like that's got a nice kind of curve going on there. Maybe there are some of the other examples. This was really cool. I really like the door design of that. But that feels very different vibe. Yeah, this is kind of nice. I like what's going on here. I should have taken more side on. That's kind of nice. It's just like a little curve. So maybe something like that. Oh, yeah, let's see how that sort of looks. So let's just pop it there. I'm gonna put my PureRef on the side again. Actually, you know what? Just so everyone else can see, I will put it up here. And let me put that on top. Cool. Sweet. Let's get to wireframe. Maybe bring that forward a little bit. Okay, let's do that in scale. It is hard. You're referring to doing the doors? It's maybe... No, it needs to be a bigger bevel than that. I think I want this to come all the way to there. I think that's where I'd want the door to kind of open up from. And then, what shape sort of looks good here? Maybe something like that. That feels a little too long. That's too boring. Maybe let's try like a big old bevel in this bit. That could potentially work. Maybe let me just bring that down. Yeah, because I remember you doing that car. Did you actually finish that model? I remember you got quite far with it from what I remember. I'm not in love with it, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to just extrude that a little bit. And I think I need to, at this point, I need to join these now. And then, can I do union? What did I need to do? That's the one. I like this shape, but I don't like how it sits in that door. That feels really awkward to me. So I think I wonder if I can do. Let me grab this again. Let's try. What happens if I do something like that? Okay, I don't hate that. I really don't hate that. Let me just do that again because I messed it up. Yeah, I actually quite like that. And then I think... Ooh, yeah, okay. Perhaps... let's grab there. It's connected only. I kind of want to bring out just that angle a little bit more. But I do like that. I mean, I really do like that bit. I like the way it kind of goes all the way back, but trying to make a door work on that particular area doesn't feel right. Okay, you still got the file. That makes sense. I mean, you can jump into it whenever. That's the kind of beauty of project work, right? Ah, now I'm really torn. Really, really torn. This will work much better with a door. But there's just something way more elegant about that. I suppose... I think I'm going to go with this for now. As much as I like this one, I think I'm going to have to make a compromise. I mean, maybe... Let me just undo this again. Maybe, rather than going so far back, it's something kind of like that. And then the door shape could do something like that. So it kind of like hinges around it. That feels a bit too complex. Something like that. So maybe a bit more. Okay, and then we've got the same problems before, so let's bring that back. Can I just scooch that over? So yeah, so we can kind of have this. That's okay. I don't dislike that. That feels maybe a little bit sharper on here. Yeah, cool. And then that kind of curve flows into that bit there. Sweet. Let me just check Discord as well to make sure. I love that we were talking about the Bethesda stuff. Yeah, hopefully I can actually get around to watching the show this weekend as well. Right, so let's try this again. Let's actually, you know what? Let's start with a curve. That feels more appropriate. And then I'll do a knife project. So let's handle type automatic. Cool. Let's turn off that as well. I think for now as well, like I'm sort of in the struggle of designing it and trying to get topology to work nicely, but I really should just be in designing mode because yeah, I don't know what the full design is, so it doesn't really make sense to be really noodling and worrying about topology. But the more work I can get done now to keep topology not horrendous, so there's less work to do later, the better. But I am finding it hard to design and worry about topology at the same time. I don't get how people do it. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Yeah, I'm not. I like it. I think I need to fix up that shape a little bit more. And I think I want to try. Well, I don't dislike the curve there, but maybe having something a bit tighter like that. And then having like the door handle there. So let's just get a little bit more space there. Because eventually this will need, like those two shapes, it's not going to be as tight as that. Like there will be a bit more of a transition, so I need to account for that. But otherwise, okay. So then, how comfortable? Well, it's gonna be. It's sort of like a one or two seater. Like it's supposed to be just like these cars are not. Let me see. Like it's just a pod. In fact, you can kind of see here, like it's a crazy door, and I think that opened. I don't know how that one opens actually. Should take more screenshots. Like, yeah, this is just a single person, so it's sort of supposed to be like this. Looks like the Ferrari of the Fallout world. This is like a lower budget sort of not sports car, but an elegant car. But yeah, single seater perhaps. So it's not really about. Yeah, it is about comfort, but it's not like these don't look the most comfortable. Yeah, I'm guessing like the pod tilts back and the door opens in order to get in. Because it would be weird if the door opened and you have to like go underneath it. Yeah, maybe it's a Mercedes. Or like one lower, like an Alfa Romeo or something. Something in that ballpark, but yeah, you're on it. So the door is not supposed to be like maximum comfort. It's about show. I think it's a million miles away. I mean, I can always tweak it after anyway. But let's grab this and go into edit mode. And then I'm going to grab that mesh knife project. There we go. And then I'm going to go in that and then select the door. Now the hinge, I'm guessing, is somewhere around here. So let's set the boundary to there. Or maybe he does something like that. It'd be kind of cool. Whoop. I mean, the door doesn't have to open out like a straight hinge, right? It does make me realize that that needs to be chopped off as well, so it can go with it. Let's do that. But yeah, but I'm enjoying this though. This is a fun little project, especially after wrangling with the website for so long. Let's separate that. I think I'm just gonna hide that for now. And I absolutely should have cleared up the. Tell you what, okay, let me go back to this. I made a mistake and I didn't reduce the resolution of this. So let's reduce that down to 4, and it's not made a huge difference, but it has in terms of poly count. Or yeah, the amount of polys there are. So if I go back to this and then select that again, knife, let me just from there, knife project, select that. And then let's just go to here. Yeah, there's a lot less polys to clean up now. Could also, yeah, that's true actually. That could be kind of cool. Like, sort of like this. I mean, that looks pretty cool. I'm down with that. Yeah, so the hand, that's actually, that could be kind of nice actually, because then you'd have the handle in sort of this bit here, meaning this is like all nice and clean. Good suggestion. Big fan of that. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. So let's just clean this up a little bit. We got auto merge on. Yes, I do. Let's limited dissolve. I think for now. It would be the fancy approach, right? Let's grab those. Put another cut across there. Because definitely going to need more geometry. Let's add in that. I think, yeah. I'm going to have to just clean this up after the fact, but let's do something like that. Add another cut. That feels like I can shift that across. That's not doing anything. There we go. We'll probably put a cut across there. No. Cool. Yeah, good shout. So let me get in a new, let's get in the door handle. Something. I mean, that's just a little, that feels too elegant. I think I actually want like a handle. Like that looks like it's like a little push-in button. I don't want that. Something like a more tactile handle. Let's leave it as that for now. Something around that scale. But eventually I will replace this with something a bit nicer that's, you know, actually looks half decent. Something around that. Okay, and then the other thing I need to think about is, yeah, basically the way I was thinking about the like trunk or the boot, depending where you're from, is that instead you would have two compartments. So you would have like there's a wheel here, so the midsection is kind of occupied. So what you'd get instead is like two little compartments like this with a handle there and then one on the other side as well. So it's sort of like a little separate storage thing. It's not supposed to be a car with a massive boot space, but I like that sort of idea. And yeah, maybe I should cut that in. Let's do. Tell you what, I will. How do I want to do this? Okay, I will do a curve like before. And then let's do it to base. How do you global view, normal? Oh, no. No. Okay, that's why isn't that working? Tell you what, I'll do vert. Base, align rotation to target. Why isn't that working? There we go. Cool. And now I can, there we go. That's more like it. And then I'll convert this to a curve after the fact. So I think I want to keep this sort of straight in that bit. And then let's going with the, let me turn that off for now. Something like this. And then that would kind of potentially, well, it could potentially open. That feels more dangerous. So I think it would be up there. Something like that. Maybe what I'll do now is I will convert this to a curve. And let's set handle type Bezier and automatic. There we go. Ooh. I'll do a shrink wrap in a second so it at least aligns nicely. But yeah, I do need to learn how to actually model cars because I feel like there's so much value in doing it. I've just never needed to. Besides the Danger Mouse car, but I don't really consider that. Now, why aren't you? It's interesting that that's not. Oh, it's because it was active element. I'm an idiot. Nope. All right. Something going weird then. Line rotation. Weird. All right. There we go. Okay. I don't know what I had different there. Cool. And I think. Let me just grab these. Is there a... Yeah, smooth. All right, so I'm going to grab this. And let's now add in a shrink onto there. I think I'm going to pull that down, pull that down. Something along those lines. Yeah. Might even be nice to have like kind of an inset sort of handle as well. So if you imagine like as like a little kind of cutout like that, and then the handle's actually sort of like within that, so it actually is flush on the surface. Like that could be quite nice. I think I saw some reference in here. If we let's have a look. I think there is something similar, which is probably where I got the idea from, subconsciously. Where was it? Oh, it might be in the little three-wheeler guy. Yeah, so you can see here there's like it could just be going to internals, but there's a little like a little handle there, and it's on both sides. So I do quite like that. But yeah, that feels. I don't like that it's got the lights on it. I want this to feel a bit more slick. So this was, I was thinking that these would be the exhausts, and then this would be like the light, the tail light. But I think I'm pretty happy with that as a shape. So I think, let me just, all right, that doesn't want to work again. Let's just grab these. And I will, what can I, oh, offsetting that does not do good. Okay. Can I, I've not tried this now, so let's go back to here. Let's change that to say like 4, maybe 3. 3 looks. Let's try 4. Yeah, it's a bit smoother there. Okay, so if I select this, go to edit mode, select the Bezier curve, and then knife project. Ah, interesting. That didn't want to work. So I select this, select the curve. Why doesn't the curve want to select? That's interesting. Why would that be? It is that curve, isn't it? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, it's that one. So select that, and then vertex, mesh, knife project. Okay, is that? Let's try that again. I don't know if I have to be looking at a certain angle for it to actually project. I'm not entirely sure. But let's try that again. Knife project. All right. Let's just work with that selection. Cool. Then we can clean up all of this stuff. So I mean, it does. Actually, you know what? I think what I'll do is I'll probably end up retopologizing this over the top of it. I think I'd much prefer that. So just knowing where I need to cut is actually going to be nicer. But I think so if I do this now. And then I need to worry about how, like, what the cut line of that bit's going to be. Let's have a look if we can find some nice reference of the hood. So that goes over the top of the metal, which I don't love. That's cool. Yeah, so that... Okay. And that goes all the way up to the edge. So I wonder if there's something like that it does this and then it does something like that. Alternatively, it could come down like that, goes a big straight line, and then do that. That could be kind of cool. That might be a bit nicer because then you've got a little bit of it's not going to be as even here. I think of that previous one where it goes up here. This is going to feel a bit too even. So I like that there's a bit of tapering happening. Kind of be like that. But there is something quite nice about having that sort of shape. Let's try it, shall we? All right, let me first save incremental, and let's give this a go. So I'm going to start with the vert again because I quite like working with the simplicity of a vert and then beveling as I need to. And let's move this all up. Yeah, so kind of like that, and then it goes in. Now then for this bit. Let's collapse that. I'm going to move that down a tiny bit. Something like that. Let's oop, there we go. Okay, and that is Vert3. Let's just see how this sort of works. I'll bring that off as well, because that should basically end up on that line. So I'll fix it after. But so I want to grab this, grab that, and Knife Project, and just see how that. Okay, yeah, I think I want to have a bit of a slower transition there. So let's undo that. So I'm going to move that back and do something a bit more like this, I think. And let's drag that. I can always move around this. Sorry, move this around once it's projected, but I think. Oh, come on. All right, let's try that now. So this again, select that, top view, mesh, Knife Project. Yeah, I think I quite like that. So now let's I'm gonna hide that. And let's select all this. Yeah, maybe that comes down all the way. Maybe not. I don't know. But let's anything else there? I think there's a tie. It's like the smallest little polygon. There and there. Nice. So let me separate that out. Oh, I missed one. I missed you. Sorry, little guy. And there. There we go. Oh. Because I undid too many times. That one. That's all good. There we go. Yeah, I do quite like that. There's a little bit of a transition there that I'm not loving on this bit. It feels like it should go a bit more like that. But that's okay. I think what I'll do is on this, let's merge these down a bit and match by distance. I'm just going to pull this down just a little bit. And then I can grab this one and just match that there. And then match that one. You go over there. Yeah. And then for this stuff, let's just think, which bird are you on? There we go. So grab both of that, and let's move that out. Just a bit of a nicer curve. Maybe a bit more on that one. Yeah, something kind of like that. Cool. I think now that actually means that I can basically retopologize the body in a way that I'll be happy with. So now I can actually go back to separating this out. Where I got that wrong before. And I'll need to adjust that, but that's okay. There's some weird stuff going on with that. But, so that and that can be merged together. And then this, let's just put like the origin there. And do that. We're going to do scale. I just realized if it's like that, it's a bit of a death trap. You're definitely you're gonna crouch down and more than likely poke your eye directly on that. So I do think that will need a bit of rounding. That's okay. But maybe if it just comes out enough. Look, they bought a fancy car. They can decide if they want to poke their eyes out. Yeah, there's something in that. I do like that it opens that way. It's just sort of how, I suppose, on what axis it does open. Like whether or not that actually opens down here. Like that kind of makes sense because you can get it much further. There's something in it. There's something to play around with. Okay, I think the next thing I want to play around with is, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? There's a little bit of, I'll do that afterwards, which is sort of like that base protector bit. This, I'm sort of, maybe now I've actually got a final sort of area for that to end. Maybe I'll bring that along a bit more. So it ends perhaps, say, like there. Yeah, something like that. That kind of feels kind of nice. Cool. And I'll need to just bring this on. I'm just going to bring this out a bit more. It lost a bit of that curvature. And when I retopologize that, it'll be a much nicer curve anyway. So here you can see there's some little shading bits that have gone wrong. Let me collapse edge, and that should at least remove some of it. Cool. Now then, something I really like from this car is how the sweep of sort of like the outside of the grille, I really like how it just sweeps and goes underneath. There's something just really satisfying about that. I don't want to go as chunky as that. I think there is another reference I quite liked. Where are you? This was cool. I did like this, but a bit different vibes. But I did actually prefer this instead of this. So maybe actually we'll try that. Plus I just pour tea down myself. Good stuff, Tim. All right, so let's try that. Let's I'm just gonna hide that for now. And let's just get everything in place. I'm still like treating this as block out. So I'm not worrying about like final geometry or if it is a low poly. Like I keep thinking like, oh, I don't want to change the topology too much, but it is block out. So if things change, so be it. And that's on a bit of an angle on that one. So let's just do that. Can you see my little tea stain? It's quite nice. Hey, Rich, welcome. This is where I need like a hairdryer just so I can get rid of it. Okay, let's move that in. And then do something like that for now. Now, something I am noticing is that this, it's bugging me that it's not perfectly symmetrical. Perhaps I make it so it is. Don't know. Don't know. It feels wrong that it's not. It feels like these cars were so, you know, they were designed to be very aesthetically pleasing. So having something like this doesn't feel right. Perhaps if I do that and then there we go. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over like so. Do that again. So it's a bit more snug. And then I can just, let's grab this side. Yeah, I think I'll just grab this stuff, this edge here. Just taper this in a little bit. And I'll worry about the geometry after the fact. Let's just grab all of those. I'll just run a smooth on it. And then for this, let's just mark that sharp just so I don't get that weird shading error. Yeah, okay, that works. Cool. So now let's do this guy. I'm just going to copy this down. And instead, what I'm going to do is let's use a mesh. Try that again. Mesh round cube. Can we change it to 8? So it's, is that 32 or is that 32? I can't remember. Let's go with it. Okay. And then I'm going to just loop tools, circle, loop tools, circle. Because the round cube isn't circled by default. It looks spherical, but it's not. And then let's just size that like that. That's got a little flatter top, but we'll see. Let's scale that up now. So what are you doing on this this fine Thursday afternoon? Whilst I'm modelling away. See, that's actually got, yeah, I think let's bring this in and then bring that in. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Oh, you're still doing the Loomis heads. Oh, let me. Oh, 1 second. Hold on. Here we go. So you made me remember that I did this. This is a few years ago, but I ended up doing a similar thing. I think it's from Proco, and yeah, basically like going through and drawing like a bunch of. I think it was not. It wasn't even skulls. It was just like little heads. Um, as you can see, and then this is all the Loomis stuff. Some of them are absolutely awful. Like, but yeah, I think I ended up like just numbering them, and I was trying to get to 50. And then I think that's some more Proco stuff. But yeah, you reminded me of it. Just had me dinner and about to cut the grass. You are adulting. Oh, I hope you don't have like a crazy amount of lawn to mow. Also, dinner. You must be a couple hours ahead because it's not even 5 o'clock here. Six. So yeah, kind of happy with that kind of configuration. I prefer it to like, yeah, I think the one before just it didn't sit right with me. But this can actually be scaled up a bit more, and I can shove that under there a bit more. Nice. Alrighty. Now I do like this. I really like that there is a bumper, but I also like the other one, which is where I was saying before how it goes underneath, like this part here, how it goes underneath it. Um, ah, so next island over depends on which direction. We're talking Ireland or we're talking France? Uh, okay, let me, you know what? Let's try this. Yeah, no, I think I did actually try something similar earlier, but now some things have changed, so maybe my tastes have changed in it. And then maybe this. Let me scale that. Let's move that in maybe. Well, you're right. Let's get rid of you. And then maybe if I bring these up. So that sort of goes there. Mm, maybe. I don't hate it. I don't love it. It could be. I think it's just a little too. Tell you what, let me grab this. move up again. Let me just see what it feels like with a bevel on it. I think it's just too much. I think if I was going to do it, I'd want it like back there. Let's also... Oh! Does Mirror have a instance thing on it? No, okay. All right. I was gonna say, do you know how to the Emerald Isle? Emerald Isle. Okay. Like, I've never heard of that. I mean, I should have guessed from the surname, to be fair, but you know, I never want to assume. Well, welcome, Rich from the Emerald Isle. Yeah, let's just have a look. Mirror. Let's actually get a... Do I have an empty in the scene? I do not, so let's get one in. Origin. So let's mirror. Where's that? Where's my empty gone? There we go. And then we'll grab that, and then do copy modifiers. Okay, yeah, I can live with that. I think that's actually quite nice. There's something... Don't love how this... I don't mind how that necessarily sits in it, but I wonder if it's better instead to kind of have this going around and then like it just end in this bit. Sort of end in there. And then these... No, that might feel a bit too messy. I think this, to me, is like maybe that should actually curve around. So, okay, what we're going to do is we are going to... We're going to do quick origin in that one, and then we're going to mirror it on the Z. Oh, okay, I didn't mean for that to happen, but that's kind of cool. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna work with that. Let's bring that out. We can bring that down a little bit. Yeah. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay. Sweet. Let's now bring this stuff forward. And this as well would match the curvature of that eventually. That's cool. I like it. This now needs to come forward as a result. And then because it's poking out a bit too much to the side, it would come out more there. Yeah, so this would... Let's just delete that. This would come up to basically the edge of that bit there. And because that would be curving around, that would hopefully fit nice and snug. So it's sort of like a nice mix between like soft and hard edges. So as you say, like mimics front profile. Yeah. That's very happy accident. That's cool. Big fan of that. Need to sort that out now, but I'll do that later. But I think it's feeling pretty cool. I mean, let's just do this quickly. Copy modifier. And we'll grab this and also do the same. Now there was, yeah, there we go. This poor little cube was just hiding in there. Cute. So let's, I'm just going to join all that stuff and do the same. Nice. So the actual wheel, yeah, because it's, I mean, I suppose, I could do, it's not far away from being like, sort of like the production model of, you know, like this, where it's just, it's nice and clean. It's not too far away from that, so maybe I just do a simple wheel. But the idea is that I actually want to create it so it feels a bit more like this. That it's all kind of just rusted. That there's no interior stuff that's kind of been looted out, and it's just like the shell. And that way I can kind of get a bit more asymmetry in it and stuff. But it feels because we're so close, maybe it is worth doing both. Yeah, for the sake of it. It's not exactly the most complicated of wheels anyway. But yeah, there was something within this stuff that I did quite like. Having like an interior shape within here. And I wasn't too sure of what to do with that. So, for instance, if we go... So here there's like more of a... What you assume is like an engine kind of... But like what I imagine is these are like air intakes a little bit. But it's like this kind of circular detail. You got things like this, like before. It's kind of like just, it's like a mirror of that same shape. They were too dark. There's this sort of one, which is what I was kind of basing it off of, where you've just got like a big panel and then just a small interior panel that somewhat mimics the shape. Yeah, kind of undecided. Welcome. And then this is just some extra reference I grabbed from like, you know, some of the other stuff. This is where the tricycle idea, or not tricycle, the three-wheeler car came from. Like this little pod car, which is very cool. So there's sort of like a mix between that one and kind of this one. Now, maybe, tell you what, I think very quickly, because my partner's going to be home very soon, so I'll jump off the stream. But I think before she does that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, that and that. Let's just get rid of that. Quick origin. Let's move this down a little bit. And okay, yeah, scale it a tiny bit more, bring it forward. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn this into a curve, but firstly, just clean that and that up. Cool. So we're going to turn this into a curve, and we're going to give it some, no, not offset. We're going to do this. Something along those lines. Maybe a bit thicker. Perhaps a little bit less. Okay. Then I'm going to just duplicate this around. I do prefer that it goes into like that. I think I do prefer that. But I think what I would need is I would need a interior shape instead of like a bottom ridge there. So, but what maybe we could do is what happens if we subdivide that again. Yeah, like that. That's cool. So let's grab them again, subdivide. Oh, subdivide. Something that kind of creeps around the corner like that, I quite enjoy. And I like that it, if I move this out and maybe in a bit, how it sort of hits that plane change. Let's just undo that a little bit. Maybe this comes out more. Something like that. And that potentially could stand to come out even more as well. Something kind of like that. Then let's just grab that and just move that up a little bit. This then would have, like, I'd cut off the back and then extrude it. So it's a little, you know, so they would get rid of that gap. But let's now, let's just grab all this stuff at the front and that. Let's just make sure that these verts aren't there. And we're going to shrink this down. Something like that. Normal maybe? Yeah, cool. All right, now let's do something like that. And let's just see what happens if I give it solidify. Perhaps even if it was to actually inset a little bit as well, might be quite nice. I think the thing, yeah, it needs like a texture. It needs, yeah, that's what it needs. I think it needs like a nice intake. Ah, yeah. It needs a nice intake kind of texture like that. And then a nice little, what would you call that? Just at the front. Oh, you'd have like the logo or just the name of the brand. But that, I think, is the way I want to go. It feels a lot fuller at the front now. It feels a lot more interesting than before. So I like how we've done that. Okay, I'm now just going to do a quick test. I'm going to convert this back. I'm going to grab these edges here and just delete those. And we're just going to move them back. And then we're just going to extrude them back as well. Okay, and then I think I think we're in a pretty good spot in terms of calling it like, because the inside I'm pretty much just going to use. Yeah, I guess it's the grill, but I thought the grill was the main mesh bit. Grill, but yeah, I thought it was the main like. Yeah, the grill's the mesh part itself or the intake, and then whatever the grill logo, whatever that would be. Cool. So this detail or that kind of height would continue around the side, and it would go all the way around. So that feels good. Still not 100% sold on this bit. I think this shape could be improved. I like that it creates a straight here. I mean, it works without it. It does work without it. Maybe instead of that, maybe this is where I just do like a couple things like this. You know, something kind of simple, a bit more low key. Yeah, that's just got a little logo on there. That's got nothing. The truck's got something. A good large grill. Well, even if it was say atomic power still generates heat. Like you have to keep atomic power cool, which is, from what I understand, why it's often submerged or like submerged in water, so the heat can dissipate a lot better. Yeah, I'll have a think about that. I'm noting now that a lot of these don't seem to have kind of like a front emblem sort of thing. So maybe I just don't. Like this stuff, yeah, it seems to be that the bigger trucks do. This is, I'm not sure what that really is. That feels, no, I was going to say it might feel like it's like a little opener. I think something a bit more smaller might be nice. They do, yeah. If you ever go to the back of a fridge, it's awful. Okay. Hi. All right, I think I'm gonna call it there. Thank you so much for joining. This has been cool. It's fun. It's powered by heating up water and using the steam to spin a generator. Okay. Well, I mean, all I'm going off is that in some of this stuff they've got grills. They have a lot of like heat dissipation sort of stuff, which makes me think I want to add it too, just because it's a cool detail. So I will find a way to include it. Yeah, it just looks nice. And I like that a lot of this stuff is very clean overall. Like there's a lot of room for the eye to breathe. That's a weird sentence. But yeah, like there's not that much detail in this. Really nice curves. And then there's just like a grill with lots of fine detail. That's really nice. So it would be cool to have something similar. And in doing something similar, it should sit alongside that kind of family of cars as well. But yeah, I'll leave it there for now. I will. Yeah, I should be able to do a little bit of streaming tomorrow as well. Because I've got some time in the afternoon. Sweet. Well, yeah, thank you so much for joining. Great to have you for. I know this is only just over an hour, but it's been a lot of fun. So enjoy your evening, and I will catch you. Yeah, I'll drop a link in the Discord, but sometime tomorrow, but probably maybe around the same time. Anyway, take care, folks, and.